Aerospace Bristol inspires all generations of people in our community.
We have visitors come now and they are the third or fourth generation of the same family who've worked here, and it has such deep roots in the local community, which I think is a wonderful thing.
Aerospace Bristol hosts the annual summer festival event for Charlton Hedge Parish Council, and that's something which is a great asset for the community. Everybody comes and meet here.
Aerospace, so graciously allowed us to use this amazing space to gather and form a new community. And so I feel like actually that part of our community has been completely blessed by Aerospace, that actually we wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for this place and these people.
Every day I did something different. I did working in the cafe, which gave me a lot of hospitality experience.
One day I did welding, and that was really amazing, watching the volunteers do what they love, and it's just really fascinating to watch.
I learned a lot about planes, of course, and I also started to get an interest in piloting. I was looking at a piloting course as well after coming here because I found it quite interesting what the volunteers were talking about and what they came here and did.
A lot of people ask me if I have a background in this industry or in engineering or in aerospace, and I don't. I'm just a transport enthusiast. I started by getting really interested in the Bristol trams and buses of George White, and then of course I've always loved Concorde, and so to find that the whole range of the Bristol companies represented here at Aerospace Bristol, it's just a joy to come along and work with them.
I think now must be nearly 6 years I've worked here now. Originally I was in flight simulators right from university, and I've kept that through the whole career. And so when I finished work, it's been a natural migration to continue in this sort of area, but more as a hobby than as a necessity.
With Aerospace being in the location it is, but also the story that it tells, and the story that I think excites me is that actually people can connect to the past as well as dream big for the future. That pioneering spirit of the years of Bristol Aerospace Company and all of the aerospace industry that's been here. I think people moving to this area, and they're going to see it as our museum. It's their museum. It's something that we see as part of our home.
When you leave work, you leave all your sort of associates and friends behind on a day-to-day basis. It seems quite strange when you retire. But everybody here's got the same sort of background as me. And then I chat to them, we have lunch breaks, we talk about aircraft still and things like this. So I quite enjoy that side of it as well.
For the volunteers, I learned that many of them were there because they love it, not just for the money. And it was really fascinating and inspiring to watch people do what they love.
I'm very proud to be at Aerospace Bristol, very proud to wear the uniform. I really do feel part of a community here. I've made new friends, which is lovely. One of the things that has made me most happy and has moved me the most is when I've been helping people with disabilities. We had a gentleman in a wheelchair who didn't think he'd be able to go on board Concorde. And I said, yes, you can. We have a lift to take you up to that level. We can take you inside the aircraft. He was overjoyed.
My favourite memory is my oldest son. At the time he was 7-year-old, and he went on Concorde and he loved it. He asked me questions about supersonic, and I could see that he could be the future engineer.
I would describe Aerospace Bristol in a single phrase as a family company.
I choose educating.
And I choose fascinating.
I think heritage, partly because it tells the history, it tells the kind of the story that's gone on here, but it creates a sense of an identity. And so to have Aerospace Bristol here, which tells the history, but also connects us with a sense of pride for the area, I think actually is really special, and it's something that I think people in the community recognise as important.
I would choose two words, to be honest. The foremost is innovation, and the second is pride. Aerospace Bristol is pride of the community.